It's always an honor every time I'm called up. You know, we're working towards the next World Cup cycle in 2027, so that will be great. And there's a lot of competition now in our squad, so I never take it for granted when I'm called up, and I'm always really excited to come back into camp.
Yeah, I feel the same. I always look forward to getting called into camp, a chance to represent Jamaica, a chance to be with the girls again and play together and build towards what we're working towards. So yeah, it's been really exciting.
Both of you are roommates. Do you communicate outside of the camp?
Yeah,
a lot. Actually, with our clubs, with our clubs and stuff, we're always in the loop of how we're doing. I think that's really important as well too. Not only to be just cool in the national team environment, but also outside of that to build a friendship and a relationship. So that's been really nice, and our connection on the field is great, just like off the field.
Yeah, we're constantly keeping up with each other, watching each other's games, following each other's results, checking in and stuff. It's good to have that kind of support, and it's good to have that support from somebody who you're not on the same club team with, but also watches and supports you from a little bit of a distance. It's good.
Our national team, the pool is continuously growing. How do you both hold each other accountable? It's not about being left behind, but more encouraging each other.
Oh, that's a great question. I think it starts with check-ins before camp to see how we're doing, and sometimes we ask each other where we're at, mentally, physically, and emotionally, and that helps for when we're in camp, because we're able to help each other as well too if we're struggling, outside of football or in football, in the football world. So that helps us keep each other, with it.
Kayla, how does it feel to have an accountability partner in terms of sports?
Yeah, I think it's really important. I think having somebody that you can talk to about sport and football, but also having somebody you can talk to about life and the stresses that come along with it is so important, because so often people that watch and support are only looking at us as footballers. So to have a friendship with somebody that also kind of sees me as a person, knows what I'm going through on the day-to-day, and can relate to that is really cool.
Use one word to describe playing for Jamaica.
Pride for me.
Energy.
When you look at the squad that we have, do you think we're heading in the right direction? From me, it is a yes. But from you, the players?
I definitely think so. I think it's really cool to see the pool of players growing and the interest. People want to play with Jamaica if they can, and the people that are Jamaicans that maybe weren't born and raised there now have this desire to represent Jamaica, which I think is a really cool thing. I think us and the players that came before us have built a brand, have built a reputation that the world wants to be a part of now, whether it is to support or to play. And I think it's really cool to be a part of women's sports in general at this moment, but especially being a part of the Jamaican national team.
If you were to walk away from the sport tomorrow, what has been your fondest memory?
The last World Cup, hands down, 2023. I think it's because almost the entire world looked at our group and were like, there's no way Jamaica's getting out of that group stage. We had Brazil, we had France, and we had Panama, all great teams. So I just feel like it was amazing because we were the underdogs going into there, but we were also a family, and we're like, you know what, take it one game at a time. We got this, and we didn't have anything to lose. So I think it just really united the group. And it was just great vibes and great energy. And I really enjoyed myself. I thought it was a great experience overall, on and off the field.
Yeah, I agree. The World Cup, I'll definitely remember that forever. I think for me, it's the little things, like the moments that we have just as players in the changing room are probably some of my favorite, things that I'll remember and miss once I'm no longer playing football. Just the music and the dancing and the vibes that happen when it's just us together, when nobody else is watching. I think those is really special and a unique experience.
And one moment I actually really loved was when we tied Brazil and we made it to the next round of 16, and we all circled around, and then Den was in the middle dancing, and it was amazing. We got some really beautiful photos. It was just I'll never forget that moment. It was surreal.
When you look at the squad, between the players now and even those before, who had the best vibes?
Yeah. Yes. Hands down. There's no one like Yas. She's so funny. And like she was like our DJ as well too, and just if she walked into the room, she just created such a like positive vibe, and we just laughed. Like she was just a very funny person, and she worked hard as well too, and a good person as well too. I would say her for sure.
I was just gonna say I immediately thought Paige. Because
Yeah, her too. Yeah.
nobody stops laughing when Paige is around, and she always brings the music and the vibe.
Yeah.
Whenever you visit Jamaica, what are some of your must-have foods or places you must go?
I would say for me, ackee and saltfish and dumpling. That's must have. That's like one of my favorite dishes in the morning. And curry goat, jerk chicken as well too. Um, we don't really get a lot of time off when we're in camp, so it's tough. It depends on where we stay. But usually, if we're in Kingston, I always like to meet up with my aunt or my uncle, so that's nice.
You never miss out on those
Yeah.
tasty specs.
Yeah, and the tasty patty. Wow, you really called me out there. Always, yes. I almost forgot about that. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, visiting my grandparents for sure. My grandma's cooking and spending time with family, and then getting over to the beach.
Yeah.
For those who are new to supporting the Reggae Girlz, yes, you always have new supporters coming on board. Which parish you both represent?
Kingston.
Quite a few actually. Portland, and Kingston. I would say those are the both. Yeah.
What motivates you?
I think for me, my biggest motivator is my faith and God, and just kind of putting all of the effort and energy I can into everything I do for His glory first. And then I'm also motivated by making my family proud.
I would say I'm motivated by helping the younger generation, setting the tone for them. You know, there's a lot of things as women that we go through throughout our careers, and it's just like setting the standard. And you know, when we hang up our boots, creating an environment for them that's like a comforting one, where they're top and they don't have to struggle like maybe how we used to. So that's one of my top. Of course, God, he's really important in my life. You know, he's my strength and my provider. So that's also a motivator for me. And also sometimes being the underdog, you know, as an athlete myself sometimes, and even as a nation as well too. It's great to always prove people wrong, you know, and we have moments as well too where it might seem like impossible, like something's impossible. We always find a way. So I think those three things are really important for me.
Best roommates?
Yeah.
I think so.
Shoot.
For sure.
Get like a hang.